Hello guys, welcome to another video on this AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate level. And in this video, we are going to talk about and go over access keys and how to use access keys. So access keys are a pair of values used by applications, SDKs, or the AWS command line to authenticate to AWS. Okay, and access keys consist of two parts. The first one being the access key ID and the secret access key. The access key ID is the public part of the key and is stored by AWS once it is generated. So it is the public one, and you are able to retrieve the access key ID. And here's an example of an access key ID and how it looks like. And then we have the other part, which is the secret access key, which is the sensitive and private part of the access key, available only once when the access key is initially generated. It is stored only by the owner and should never be revealed. And here's an example of how the secret access key looks. And a IAM user is the only identity that uses access keys. They're allowed two sets and two sets only. You cannot create more than two sets. They can be created, deleted, enabled, and disabled, and they cannot be regenerated. Okay? They can't be used to log in to the console. So you cannot use to the console by using the access key ID and the secret access key, and they do not expire. If anyone finds the secret access keys, if anyone finds a set of access keys, they have access to the permissions of the IAM user to which they belong. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to create an access key and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead to the console, to the AWS Management Console, and we're going to go into the IAM. It could be here since I recently visited, or you can find it um, all the way right here in the security, identity, and compliance category. And first, since we're going to attach it to a user, we are going to have to create a user. So this is going to be, we're just going to call it an admin user. I'm going to give it access to the console. That's fine. We're going to generate a new password for it. Uh, let's pick a better password. Is that better? Yep, it's not yelling at me. Let's click on next. We're not going to add any permission or anything like that. Next, no text, review, create user. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to create a group and add that user to that group. And it's going to be called admin group. Next step, and we're going to give it administrator access. That's fine. There we go. Here's the IRN. Let's go ahead and create this group. And after that group is created, we are going to select it and we're going to perform a action. And the action is going to be to add users to this group. And we're going to add that admin user. Add users, there we go. And then after we do that, we are going to go into the users. We are going to select that admin one and we are going to create some security credentials, which is the access keys. And we are going to create a new access key. There we go. There we go. It has successfully created it. And it tells you right now that this is the only time that the secret access key can be viewed or downloaded. You cannot recover them later. However, you can create a new access key at any time. So let's go ahead and open LeafPad or text editor. And because I want to save it, because we're going to connect to the CLI. Go ahead and save it as well. And let's go ahead and create a new one. Close it. And like I said before, you're only allowed to create two access keys. You cannot create more than two access keys. There we go. Show this. We're going to copy it. We're also going to save it right here. And we're going to save this one as well. After that is done, let's close it and let's go ahead and create a new one. You cannot create a new one. Like I said before, you are only allowed a maximum of two access keys per user. Okay, and that's why it is grayed out. And now let's say that you forgot the secret um, access key for this key ID. You can see that you are not able to retrieve it. So um, if you lost your secret key, then you won't be able to access the console using this access key. You're going to have to delete it and create a new one. That's the only way to get access to the access key, or to um, or to get another, or to yeah, or to have or to get access to the console. You're gonna have to create a new access key if you if you do not have access to that secret key anymore. All right, so let's go ahead and what we're going to do right now, we're going to access the AWS command line. And for us to do that, you first are going to need to um, install the AWS CLI command line. And the way that you could do that from um, Linux, because that's what I have, you're going to have to do sudo apt get um, install, and we're going to install the AWS CLI. There we go. So we're going to install it. As you can see, it is setting it up. And I'm going to add a link from where you can install it if you have a Windows machine or if you have a Mac OS machine as well. And after that install, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and give it an AWS configure so we can connect to it. And it's going to ask you a couple questions. It's going to ask you for the access key ID, which I have right here, which is this one. I actually have two, but I'm going to use the first one to connect to it. Then it's going to ask you for that secret key, which is this one. Enter, and then it's going to ask you for the region. The region that I want to use is going to be this one, the US East one. And then the format, I'm going to use JSON. There we go. So we have now connected to the AWS command line, and a way that you can test this is by doing a AWS S3 ls. And as you can see, since we don't have any S3 created, it doesn't show me anything. So that means that it is working correctly. And a way to test this, if we go to services and if we go to S3, we are going to create a couple buckets in here. Create bucket, we're going to call this ccdtt.com, and it's going to be in Virginia, which is the region that I have. Next, 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 create bucket. And now if we go to the CLI command, the AWS command line that we have, if we do an AWS S3 again, you're going to see that that bucket is there. It gives you when it was created, the time stamped right here, and you can see that bucket. Okay, and um, if also, let's go ahead and create another one so you can see that it actually working. Two, create, that is another bucket. So now let's go ahead and go into the terminal again. And if you do it AWS S3LS again, it's going to show you the two buckets that you have in there and that you have created. And it also give you a nice timestamp that you have in there, and ccdtt.com 2 and ccdtt.com. So those are the two buckets that we have created. Okay, so this is it for this video, guys. I just wanted to show you how the definition of the access keys and also the two access keys. One is the public one, which is access key ID, and you can retrieve it at any time. And the other one is a secret access key, and you can only retrieve it once. Okay, so this is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys did enjoy this video, why don't you just go ahead and follow me on Twitter, guys, all right? Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. I love you. Bye-bye.